Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is G, and welcome to Monday Night Madness. So, how are we, everyone? We have already Dexter in the chat asking what time I'm streaming, even though it's scheduled. And we also have the Prawn Star himself, the famous Roger the Pirate. And also, we have a dog in the background that wants more biscuit than I gave him. I don't reckon that's going to happen right now. I'm here there. I thought you were there here. I always get the two confused. We have our little fist here. Sipping tea like Kermit. Still hard to put my pinky up with that cup. We have Robbo's tissues for later on. For Ron. Ron Jeremy. Two Aussie's boyfriend. I'm here too. That's why I said you first, Dexter. You were the first person that I shouted out. So, anyway, supposedly he's here as well. Don't know where he is, but yeah. You're a bit cutting out. You gotta pay your internet bill there, Dexter. A Monday tea, that's it. A Monday tea for a Monday G. Hmm. We already have a couple of workers that don't want to make themselves known. So make yourselves known. Audio is shocking. Ah, well, you get that, don't you? Guess we're just gonna have to put up with it. You can either tune in, you can tune out, or you can in between. Let me know if the audio does improve though, because there's not much really I can do while I'm on live. Um, that's what they say about me. They say that the audio shocking. Hello G, where's the on the menu cheeseburger? Reefy? Well, you work for them. You can send me one if you want. You've got the logo. So yeah, if you want to send me some to review, go ahead. So Roger, is the audio working? Like, is it fixed? Is it sounding? Let me listen to myself. I'll mute myself here so I can listen to myself on this in a second, just to see what everyone's on about. Uh, okay, so I'm going to test it again and see if that fixed it at all. Sorry about this. Not really sure what's going on. I might have to start a new one, I guess, or I'm still currently trying to have a look. So I don't know if this has fixed it at all, but I guess we'll soon find out. Otherwise, I possibly might have to start a new stream. Hang on. So I don't know if this has fixed it at all. Oh, I guess we'll soon find sounds clear to me. All right. Well, that was weird. That's about as good as my technical skills go. If you don't know what to do, restart. Anyway, supposedly we have someone lurking in the back, and I don't mean Robbo and 2Aussie, but here I may as well let them introduce themselves instead of me saying it. How are you? I knew you would finally show up one day. Are you just going to stare at me with those big, beautiful eyes of yours?
Hello?
Hello. Oh, you can speak English quite well, actually.
I'm speaking using my mind.
Ah, so you're not actually talking. I'm just hearing you in my mind.
Yes, no one else can hear me. I think my interstellar dimensional drive messed up your systems. I do apologise.
Yeah. That's all right. It's either you normally or the FBI, so or the Wi-Fi. So, well, welcome to the stream. I should have,
Thank you for
if you
having
let me
me.
know, if you let me know, I could have said I had a special guest. I could have made everyone excited. But King, you're supposedly a king already.
Thank you, Roger the Pirate.
Uh, poor old Rolf has had to wait. I don't know, like almost a year until we went from a prince to a king, and the naked alien's already.
Yes.
Surely the naked alien would be a god, though. Roger? Roger has to confirm. I'm not allowed to confirm yes or no. Radio Jonesy on tour is saying it sounds familiar. Maybe did you make your voice sound familiar to certain people?
You hear the voice of the person you love most in your mind.
Oh yeah, that's weird. You don't sound like Pamela Anderson, but
I could look
maybe
like
you
it though if you
do a
want me
bit.
to, but the
Yeah,
mind does
look
not
like what she
lie.
does. Look like what she does without makeup these days. I can call you supposedly anything I want. So yeah, I guess you're a god, the god naked alien. And hello there, Sakal. How are you?
I was going to show my nakedness, but Mrs. Alien said no and gave me a funny look.
Ah, okay, yeah, we've already got the Bigfoot that likes to do that every now and again. So I think Bigfoot's got that covered. So is it a little bit warm there for a naked alien not being naked, or is it all right there?
I'm not fully naked, so I don't shock you.
Ah, what with your probe gun or whatever you have?
Yes.
It's funny. I have the naked alien here, but I decided to put clothes on him as well, and it does look a little bit similar.
It does a bit.
I'm
A bit freaky.
missing the beard. So I might be able to even change that. Put a name to that picture now. Yeah. So it's not warm where you are, naked alien. It's a little bit warm here with all these operating lights or whatever I have here
It is
for when the
quite
naked
temperate at the
aliens
moment.
come. Hmm, that's reasonable. I think you've
Hello,
scared
Radio
everyone in the
Tone.
chat.
I've stolen many fine sheep from your area.
I see. I see. You have sheep. I thought it was the New Zealanders that shagged sheep. Is that
No.
Tasmanians?
Yes.
Okay, probably explains a lot. Yeah. Supposedly, this Dexter individual is is asking a question. I don't know if he
Although my
knows
eyes are
who.
big, they are not great.
Is that you, Rolfus?
I don't know who
Never heard
Rothfuss
of this
is.
Rolfus.
No.
Yeah.
You must love him though, because you can hear his voice.
The naked alien did say that the voice that you hear in your mind is the person that you love and think of the most. So
I believe Roger can hear two Aussie in his mind, so that's it. I don't know. I don't know who two Aussie is, but I can sense it.
who can hear to Aussie?
Roger the pirate.
Yeah, I've seen him lurking into Aussie's chat before. I know he's a secret lover of his. This Benji individual was saying this alien is bagging out my people. How dare he?
Hello, Ben J.
I think he was getting upset, but I'm sure he appreciates your greeting to him. So what did you come on this live stream for? Did you need some information for your people, or
I'm not too sure why I'm
suppose
here.
this Benji individual is saying I hear Robo TDV.
Yes, he does. I'm not too sure what that is, but
I'm not
that's all
sure.
he hears.
And Roger the Pirate says I hear most likely be Tazdaz.
You don't hear who you want to hear. You
So
only hear who your heart hears.
yeah, so we all know who Roger's heart is pulsating for at the moment. Now he's saying I hear Benji talking. Pretty sure just Rogers has lots of voices in his head, apparently. Oh, this naked alien's quite polite, really.
It's a new
It's
directive from
almost as good
HR.
as
We
the
have to be
phone.
nice to the Earthling people. We're not allowed to probe anymore. We only did that for a laugh. It actually didn't have any scientific reason behind it.
Okay. What was the humour to do with that? Sounds a little
Doesn't
bit
matter
like a
where you are in
human
the
humour.
galaxy, bum humor is always funny.
So farts are funny everywhere, or
Yes.
the power of the galaxy sent him. The alien, don't send your hands through my computer, Mr. Alien. I think Roger wants some finger help.
Sounds like it.
Does he sing? Do you sing, Naked
No.
Alien? He doesn't, or she doesn't. That's what I have to ask, I guess. Is there a gender where you're from? Because on Earth, there's a little bit of a misconfusion now. Apparently, there's more than two genders.
I'm
So
asexual.
what do you get? Ah,
A sexual machine.
I believe Roger the Pirate is one of them as well.
Yes.
Yeah. He's also known as Bigfoot. When he gets excited, he gets naked as well, funny enough. I'm not sure if that's why you get naked, but it must be an alien thing for you all non-binary. Oh, the chat keeps on coming up and down. I think people might be coming and seeing you and getting scared. Maybe I'll put you on the big screen. There you go. Why do you have such a lovely face? It looks very happy.
I do not emote.
Ah, looks like you've got a big smile on your face. I'm a pirate. That is what I am. I apologize, Roger. I thought he was Bigfoot. Apparently not. He's just a pirate with rather large feet. You know what they say about pirates with big feet, right, Roger? They have big feet. Why is it so dark where you are, naked alien?
I do not need the light to see.
Uh, the Bigfoot pirate. The alien graced my television about time. uh, sounds like Roger's been waiting for you as well to give him some finger help.
I think we'll steer clear of
Maybe,
Kudamundra, I think. I'll put that in the ship's blog.
yes, I know they have big something else as well, he reckons. Can you phone home? Are you able to phone home or?
No, because Telstra's out as usual.
Ah, okay. I'm with Vodafone myself. Maybe I need to change to Telstra. Where is home? Sounds like Radio Jonesy knows where your home is. Do you live with him?
No.
Uh, big feet means big socks. If you say socks too fast, it might sound like a different word. E.T. Do you know who E.T. is?
No.
I thought you might think he was a bit of a prick or something. Would you like to run the stream yourself, Naked Alien?
No.
Can't even see the Naked Alien now. He's disappearing on us. Must be some high-tech technology there. It's like the Predator. I reckon he's gone into cloaking. Oh, looks like he's moving about. This reminds me of a dream I had. Oh, looked like a bloke that I used to hang around after he had a few drinks. He started looking a little bit grey. Home is where the heart is what they say. His home tastes like a sweet maze of red wine. What is up with Roger tonight? He's on fire.
He's a poet.
Lucky the stream can't see me because I'm like leaning in, trying to see if it's just my vision acting up or if there's an alien there. Ooh. I've got my own aliens who visit when your mates are in the music scene. Oh yeah. I'm a joker tonight. Oh, I was wondering what the clown makeup was all about. Pretty sure the alien's got Roger on his mind. It looks like he's drifting in the back to have some finger help. Wish I had some alien music, some X-File music to play. Where's Mark when you need him? He'd be really disappointed that he missed this. Wonder if anyone will fall off their chairs tonight. Oh, that's a brilliant comment. Uh, that's a good one. Think Roger's on LSD or whatever. What are you burping over there about? Do you want to come see the naked alien? It's just a floating face. Do you feel offended, naked alien, that Roger is laughing at you?
No. Laughter is the
Oh
best
yeah, you
medicine,
said that.
humans.
Oh, that's right. You said humour works in many different places. You're trying to give yourself some finger help.
No, I just have a wandering tongue.
Ah, sure, Cody would like that.
I'm trying to read the comments. My eyes are big, but they are fucked.
Oh yeah, mine aren't big, but it's definitely fucked. That's all right. The comments, I think people are a little bit taken back. They don't know what to do. Oh, there you go. Don't you like wandering? Puns? maybe needs Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Aren't they your relations, Bigfoot? Well, it looks like the naked alien has drifted off into the void for a bit. So there you go, everyone. Been telling you about this pretty much since I started the stream. I told you they were there, they were around. Got to have a tea bag, right? Uh, well, there's a bit of movement. Hey, hey, Radio Jonesy talk. Oh, and there it is, everyone. They didn't quite catch. What did they say? They're asexual, whatever they go by. I guess just naked alien. Well, I'm a pom, so maybe, G. What's that got to do with the price of bread? So we have Radio Jonesy on tour and to talk. Oh, very interesting. And also they're having a conversation to each other. The mighty Jonesy. Oh, we have another guest here now. It's one that might excite Cody. Well, we have a Rolfus. How are you, Rolfus? It looks like you've been playing too much PUBG. Is that a Halo mask? Looks a bit like a drop trooper. Maybe he's going paintballing. You might not join because you've got to go to bed in 5 minutes. Wow.
I'm sorry about before.
Oh, okay. What happened before?
The naked alien, he escaped.
So you've had to put on your combat gear to go retrieve him, did you?
Had to contain him.
And Dexter, probably Friday, if not Saturday. Hi there, the King Rolfus can't hear him talk.
Is that better, Roger?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh man, now we got Radio Jonesy Urban Homestead. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 it's Radio Jonesy Urban Homestead. Loud and clear, he reckons.
Oh, good.
Loud and
hey, Radio
clear.
Jonesy Radio.
I reckon they're cloning them these days, Radio Jonesy. Maybe it's like Gremlins. Oh, what was that? Was that the naked alien, or was it the
No,
ghost
nothing.
face?
I can't see a thing with my combat gear on.
Oh, Cody, what do you like? Hey, hey. What do non-gay horses eat then, Cody? We've already gone for 30 minutes. The naked alien, I reckon he made time speed up. Maybe I passed out from having all these lights on and drinking a cup of tea.
How are you feeling, G?
Oh, yeah, reasonable. After the experience I just had, I'm not quite sure though.
No, it's a bit shocking.
Oh, I appreciate that, Radio Jonesy on tour. You're a gentleman. Look like you're about to go swimming. What's your favourite move? The backstroke or the breaststroke or?
Backstroke.
Okay. Uh,
My hair gets in the way of my combat helmet, so I've got to put my cap on.
Okay.
It's very bright all of a sudden.
All right. Good night, Dexter. Have a lovely night and day at school and all that stuff.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, well, that kind of just threw off me for the whole stream, really. Just had all this stuff in my head, but now I don't. I just have a naked alien talking to me.
He does that. He plucks out your thoughts and scrambles your brain.
Yeah, gets in there, steals them all.
We keep it behind a psychic barrier so he can't psychic us.
So, Radio Jonesy on tour. I took Tasmania off my channel and went on tour.
Oh, poor Tasmania.
That's going to upset all the Tasmanians, Jonesy. But for everyone else, it won't upset them. What do you reckon, Sol? G the boss and Rolfus is G's advisor.
What?
Yeah.
I can handle that.
I don't know how Roger comes up with this stuff sometimes.
I don't know.
I swear it needs to. Roger needs to write a book, and he just needs to put in just all this useful but unuseful information in there. That could even be the name of the book. You just read who's kings and mighty and legends, and needs to have some of his famous quotes like G the boss and Rolf is G's advisor.
Internet's being very slow at the moment.
Oh yeah, I reckon what threw me off as well a bit is everyone was saying how shit the audio was, so I don't know what happened there.
Interference.
The old, yeah, probably. The old turn off the laptop and turn it back on worked a treat.
Yeah, it's good though how StreamYard keeps
it
going, even though you're not, actually connected to
it. Yeah. I tap into my inner Joker. Yeah. Man. So we have 6 people in the chat. Let us know who's here, because I reckon we have a few lurkers, just so we can separate the real people from the lurkers. Lots of people doing finger help in the background there. We have Kung Fu Legend, the official Gibbo in the house. He's coming in with his karate chop.
Haven't seen him around for a while.
He's always lurking somewhere, ready to give you the karate chop when he can. How are you, Gibbo? Did you go out and get your Mars bar, or are you going to save that for another day? Radio Jonesy's talk is here, but he'll drop. Cody's there, lurking in the background, doing what he does best, waiting for an adult joke to be told so he can have a laugh about it. Radio Jonesy Urban Homestead will also drop. Not sure if they got some disco biscuits and they're all about to drop them at the same time, or don't know what they're going to drop.
I'm looking at
Then we've
gaming
got
chairs.
Radio Jones. Yep.
Well,
We have Radio Jonesy on tour, so it's me and who. This is a very, very interesting stream, as Roger would say. Lots of random stuff happening. I thought I'd be the random tonight, but apparently not. Apparently everyone's random. Even Roger's acting weird. Weirder than normal. Sorry, Roger. Oh, we have the... Speaking of disco biscuits.
did someone say disco? That's enough of that. Might
Kind of
set
like, what's this?
epileptics off or something.
It's like Disco Stew or whatever. Or Party Boy in bloody Jackass. He puts down the boombox. Starts getting
Yes.
naked and humping people.
My card is empty.
You're trying to buy yourself some PUBG coins or whatever.
No, I need a new chair because this chair doesn't stay up anymore. Oh, I'll just go to the lure back. Probably back in about 10 minutes, I reckon, by the feeling of this in my stomach.
Ooh. Sounds like he needs to go do a poo. Or maybe he just needs to go swimming. Rolfus has a New Zealand swim cap on. He sure does. It's good to be weird. No fun being normal. Yeah, that's why I've got Kermit over here just keeping a watch out, having a look. But yeah, it was back to for the Funkin' Hungry viewers, which is pretty much everyone, because no one watches the other channel. It was back to business as usual today. Did a bit of a review, and yeah, Cody, how's the beard? Is it is it okay? How did it grow so quick, but then it's gone short again? What happened there? That's magic. Yeah, put out a review today. That could be a new review or one that was sitting there for a week or more. And I did a freshie, so that might come out tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll see how we go. Yeah, trying to get back onto the content train after having that week off. The week, maybe I had the week off. I think now I'm not the one with the old poo bum. I think Rolfus is, so he might have he might have the squits. I reckon he needed to go take a Tom tit. Are you all right there, licking? Dogs, when they just start licking stuff, you just never seen the concentration like that before. Need to try and I need to move around and try and set up so people can see Soul more. Everyone doesn't want to see me anymore. They want to see Soul on these streams. Yeah, you. Can you hear that I'm saying your name? Can you hear it? So I don't know what I can do really. Because I've only got as I've mentioned in other streams, I've only got the inbuilt camera because for some reason my Logitech just started stuffing up my sound. And I don't really want to buy a new webcam because that one, I reckon it was like a couple of hundred and I got it on a sale for, might have been 100 or a bit more. Yeah, kind of makes you a little bit reluctant to get a new one, especially when this one has nothing wrong with it, but it's just, yeah, stuffing up the laptop. How long have I been? pretty sure in August it might have been 2 years, but at first when I first started the channel, I was a bit like I wasn't really, pushing it that much. So joined, but also I'm going by joined was August 2021. But yeah, I might not have. I don't know when when I first uploaded the first review. It might have been, not on that date. We'll see what they say the first review is, if it's up to 2 years or. But yeah, I'd sort of just, do a review here and there at first. Yeah, it says 2 years, so must have been 2 years in August. But yeah, it's more recently that I've been pushing the reviews, and just all the stuff has just improved, I guess, over time from trial and error, like editing and stuff like that. Only once in a while, Roger. How's my watch hours going? Uh, for monetization, well, it's 2,556 public watch hours, so it's over halfway to the 4,000 requirement. Watch time for the last 28 days is 540. So views are like 8,000.1k. Watch time is 540 hours. These streams definitely help to get the watch time and just the hours up, because obviously if I'm doing some reviews, I mean, they can be anywhere, I guess, from around 20 minutes. Normally they're a lot less. I reckon that's about the most though. And then, like today, when it's just a Mars bar, that's like 6.5 minutes. And that would be less. I mean, the actual review or eating was only like a couple of minutes, but then intro, outro, and then just rating and the pricing, all of that obviously sort of like, adds up. But yeah, I guess my point was, which I didn't kind of finish exactly, is like just because there's a lot of them are quite small, as in the length of the reviews. Without doing live streams, it'd be hard to build the watch hours. Like it wasn't doing too bad, but obviously doing these streams has helped bump up those hours quite a lot. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you've said that. You probably wrote that when I was, just hadn't said it yet. But yeah, they're definitely helping just to get to that goal. I did kind of have the goal to just get, the requirements done this year. I mean, we're in October, so I mean, realistically, I'm probably not going to get there. But I mean, that's what a goal is, really. It's something to aim for. If I don't necessarily get there, that's fine. It's just something to aim for. Yeah, I do. Even though I've neglected it a little bit this year, not as much as last year. I do have a hobby channel, and I haven't done content for it's like 56 days or whatever. So, like what's that, 7 weeks or whatever it is. But yeah, that's slowly going up just because my last painting video is doing quite well. So yeah, getting just people following and stuff like that from that. It's just it takes a long time to do bloody painting videos and whatever. I mean, Rolfus has done battle reports. A lot of
Yes.
hobby type stuff just takes a lot of hours.
It certainly does.
compared to just eating food, and it's a lot more simple in the way of you just have to make sure everything just makes sense. But with painting videos, you have to go through it quite a lot. Otherwise, I'd be doing them a lot more. Yeah, sometimes as well, I just want to paint without having to, do the commentary. I know I can also paint and then like do a voiceover, but when I've done that before, it gets a little bit more complicated, just trying to line everything up. Good evening, Donna. I was actually thinking of you earlier today, wondering how you was because you haven't been around for a while. Hopefully you're okay. And the dog's having a crazy
Hello,
moment
Donna.
at the moment, just rolling around, growling. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't know if anyone can hear him, but he's rolling around, mumbling like a drunk. Did you get drunk again? Did you get drunk? See, I've actually got two webcams now, but if this other one was working, I could have like a soul cam where people can see this twat. There you go. You can have a biscuit. Evening, Chriso. Don't mind me. I'm trying to like read comments, but separate the ones where people are talking to themselves. So if I'm staring at the screen, I'm not just blacking out. Or am I? There you go. Everyone's just saying hello and whatnot. But yeah, like I feel like, and then I guess I still have to wait to see if they feel like that. If I did get monetized or whatever, I'd have to see if YouTube accepts it. I can't even fucking talk. Accepts the. I mean, there shouldn't be any content that goes against restrictions. But once I do that, then I could focus on the Hypersapien channel a bit more. Definitely need to do some more content on G the Hypersapien. I did want to paint this bust this October. Yeah. My problem is I don't paint basic, and painting basically just put in colours, which they call base coating, and then just some highlights. That's easy, but I'm silly and need to take longer than the average bear to paint. It's just how I am, trying to push myself.
Hey, Chriso.
I'm glad that you've been okay. That's good to hear. What's on the agenda tonight? Well, I jumped on the stream ready to go. Then I had audio issues, so I had to stuff around with that. I did joke and say, "Oh, I'll just carry on," but once I did check on my phone, it was sounding terrible. So I was lucky I didn't just try and wing it because I don't think anyone would be watching by that point. And then I had you have to go back, Chriso and Donna and anyone else that's watching that hasn't seen the beginning. We had a naked alien on stream
Yes.
for a little bit, which was very interesting. And then conveniently, fairly quickly after, Rolfus joined us. So we have Rolfus here with his, I think he just came from the swimming pool. Ah, there you go, Rolfus. Donna's saying, I'm coming to Hobart in 2 weeks and I would love to meet you and Taz
yeah.
if possible.
You have to,
Well, you have this.
yeah,
I was going to say you have Discord. Yeah, she's in Discord. So if you're still using Discord, would probably be the best way to contact Tazdaz and Rolfus, obviously to sort it out times and days or whatever. Yeah,
So I'm
that
looking
would
at these chairs at the
obviously
moment.
that's
There's one that's like 249, 279, 299, and
this one I've got.
329.
This one
I
I've
don't,
got's pretty good. I don't even know what the bloody brand was now.
I don't even know what
It's
the
a
difference
gaming
is.
one. I did look at some reviews of this one. It was one that they use in, like the gaming comps and stuff.
So I should be up here, but then I go down.
Yeah,
That's
my
300.
one can like go up. This one sort of, it's not fully down, but it's not fully up. I guess it's just the right size to come under my desk. But yeah, it definitely can go a little bit higher and stuff like that. It has a little bit of wear from, I guess, where my feet or like legs rub against it. Like some of the leather
Yeah,
has started to, or some of the is peeling. But I mean, I've had it for, I don't know, probably 2 years now. Before Funkin' Hungry, so it's lasted. It's just like that little tiny little bit of wear and tear. But besides that, it's perfect, really.
there it goes again. I'm down again. Well, these ones are pretty good. It's only like a basic chair from Office Works. It's lasted about 5 years, so it's not too bad, I suppose.
Yeah, I because I have the sciatica issues and shit like that. When I used to paint and sit on I just had a crappy chair. When I used to just be on there too long, I mean, I don't really, when I'm painting and stuff, I don't really use this to its full capabilities. I don't really have normally my back up against and my head on the headrest. It's
Yeah.
normally leaning over anyway. But just, I guess, it does have like a cushion on it as well, a bit of a cushion but yeah, overall, it's definitely helped a lot. I went from being in a lot of pain, sitting for hours on the other one to this, so it was definitely a good investment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I sold a whole bunch
I
of
mean,
Whammer stuff because I had a crap load of stuff I'm never going to get around to painting or putting together, so I thought I'd just put into something I actually need instead of just having it sit there.
what was that, like the Tyranid stuff or whatever, or
No, so I'm going to keep going with those. I got crap loads of Necrons. I got Death Guard. So I got rid of a lot of Space Marine stuff.
yeah, I mean, I might do that just because, but I have these because I have Indomitus and I was painting one Marine just because I guess when the new edition came out, I kind of felt like painting a Marine.
Yep.
But I don't enjoy painting Space Marines that much. Death Guard, when I have painted them, are a lot more enjoyable just because they have good little characteristics, little details on
Yeah.
there. But yeah, I like Indomitus. So I have that Necron half. I have the Space Marine half. One guy did ask me if he could buy the Judicia
Oh,
from
yeah.
that box.
They're pretty good at the moment.
Yeah, I guess that's why he wants it because you still supposedly can't buy that separately, even though it's been
No.
like in Indomitus, so a few years ago, which is ridiculous.
Yes.
But but yeah, he offered me money, but just because he's an alright good guy, I'll just chuck it to him because what's $40 really? It's not like I could go on a spending spree with that.
Oh, you could order
Some
some
people I'd
Macas in.
rather just, oh yeah, I could get a couple of double quarter pounders.
Only problem is when you sell models, you got to now it's like I've got the money, but now I've got to actually go to the post office and send them and that sort of stuff. It's like I better actually send them off.
Yeah, he's a local guy, so I think he's coming tomorrow or Wednesday to pick it up.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to put something on and you got to guess what movie it's from.
Oh,
Yeah,
here
I'll
we
turn my
go.
camera off.
It's like Paddy Joe all over again, asking me if I've watched, what was it? Snowdown or whatever. Should call, if Roger's still in the chat, I should call this guy Roger, though. Looks a little bit like Roger. Oh, man. I don't know. It looks a little bit like some of the people in Predator, but
I'll keep it on and see if we can guess. I can't get my microphone down front. There we go.
was there like Rex Hunt Fishing Adventures?
No. Oh, Roger's here. Good to see you, Roger.
Guess I'll let the chat decide as well.
Yeah.
But no, nothing's coming to mind.
So do I buy another one of the ones I'd like for $168, or do I go a bit more posh?
Well, that was like me when I forget, I don't know if I got it where I got mine from in the end. But yeah, I ended up just looking at reviews, and I reckon I did get ones that were a little bit more expensive just because I'd watched a few reviews and felt like, see if I can find the one that I did get. You looking on EB, they have some pretty good prices. I believe they have like Afterpay, all that stuff.
Yeah, I normally check out Officeworks first, that sort of stuff. I don't know if any
Yeah.
EBs actually have chairs in stock in Tassie.
Okay.
I could try.
Yeah, I
I
mean
might have a look
it's
at JB.
yeah. I mean it's best as well. Obviously, if you do decide, you find one and pick one. Just obviously look around to see which has the best price.
Yeah.
Right down there.
Cody thought it was Indiana Jones, but no, it's like that. Probably half the chat
I
wasn't
mean,
even
at the
born
end
when
of
this
the
movie came out.
yeah, like a lot of the gaming chairs are quite similar. So it's yeah, as well. It's just looking at like little, I guess, if it's worth a few $100s more for whatever little bits and pieces they claim to
Yeah.
have. I know we have a brainwashed individual here. Maybe this brainwashed individual might know who the hat belongs to. Welcome to the stream. I am brainwashed. Give me another COVID jab. Um, how are you?
What's going on?
Oh, it
What's
went high to
up?
low. I want to go to high. Jesus.
You what?
Your voice was like quiet, loud, and then quite loud. Or was it loud, quiet?
I don't fucking know.
So you want a roller coaster again?
Yeah.
The roller coaster we call life.
Yes. A roller coaster of life. What are you doing? Look at this dog.
My what's he got?
He just got
This
his.
dog's sitting here. I don't know if
Got his
you won't be able to really see him, but he's sitting right here. He's crying. He had two biscuits before the stream. Then I gave him another one on stream, and he's sitting here trying to do his best behaviour. Like, oh, I'm being good, crying. I want
no,
more.
he's just playing with his rope toy. He's just playing on his own. He plays on his own because he's a puppy, and that's just what he does. Like, yeah, look, see.
Yeah, that's what Sol was doing before, rolling around grunting to himself, but he didn't have a toy. All right, you can't have more. No more. I opened up a fresh bag of biscuits for him, and he seems to just
Yeah.
wants to keep him going. I guess he'll get over it.
It's
It's
funny.
funny as well when I'm not on stream. He doesn't do this. He doesn't sit there and crying.
Yeah.
It's like he knows that I'm busy doing other shit and talking, and he's trying to get my attention. I guess like a little kid. You know, when you're on a phone call and like little kids tend to always be lurking around, talking, trying to get the attention.
Yes.
Roger reckons Rolfus the Tassie Warrior. Oh, you said movie, but for some reason it just COD. It reminded me of COD. I think there was
COD?
like Captain Price. I think wore a hat like that.
Oh, no, definitely a movie character.
That hat is that a it's Indiana Jones.
No,
It's hey, it's
Well, it does have bullet holes in it, or is that just?
try to work out what my head is.
I know what it is.
Oh,
Does
Nick
Mrs.
might know what
Rolfus
it is.
even know?
I think I told her.
I know what it is.
All right, what is it, Mick?
It's a hat.
But who wears it?
Oh,
You're
Rolfus.
wearing it. I don't know. Fuck.
Better be a good character, because otherwise I'm starting to question why you'd buy that. Or did you get given it?
Back to the
No,
Future.
I bought it. No,
Back to the Future.
be about that sort of time period, I reckon. Probably a little bit older.
Hey, AJJ, how are you, man?
I don't know. What are you doing, Jakey? Hey.
Give it a rest.
Look. Noisy. What are you doing? What do you got? You got some shit in your mouth. Spit it out. Say hello. Say hello. Oh, shush.
Right. The old white devil finally decided to go and turn his back and lay down.
Yeah.
He's decided that he's not going to get no more food. The problem is as well with my dog is sometimes I wonder if he reads the dictionary when I'm not around, because he knows a lot of words. A lot of
Yeah.
words make him intrigued. He definitely knows the B word involving food, treats. He knows the last name of Funk in the food channel as well, because when I say it,
Yeah.
sometimes it triggers him, and sometimes when I've been doing my intro and stuff, when I'm doing reviews, he will look at me or just get annoyed, or sometimes yap at me, bark at me,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh,
Foot trot flats.
No,
Oh,
it's a
shit.
good one though, but no.
hold on.
It's on an animated movie.
Sit.
Ah, awesome, AJ. Happy birthday to your dog.
It was my dog's birthday yesterday. Oh. All right. Sit. Boy, watch this. Ready? I love doing this with him. Ready? Oh, hold on. Can you see him?
Yep.
Sit. Get back. No. Go back. Sit.
I'll take this sort of.
Okay. Sit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't catch that one. Shit.
Yeah, see, I do that with Soul, but my parents' dog and some other dogs I've done it to, like, they just don't understand the concept of catching food.
Yeah.
And just, you like throw it and it just bounces off their heads and they like look
Yeah.
confused and then go and get it.
Kelpies love catching
Soul's
food.
a bit,
It's a very kelpie
Soul's
thing.
like a crocodile. It's like,
Yeah. They love catching food, kelpies. It's a kelpie trait. They're very good at it. Tito's better than Digger at it. I dropped some of it in there.
Good guess, AJ, but it's not Wolf Creek.
No, it's not.
is it an Australian? Is it an Australian
No,
film?
definitely not Australian.
Yeah.
Don't know why I bothered looking at Harvey Norman's website for gaming chairs. They're just like twice as much as anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate stores. It's like Myers, how they're just everything there is like double the price almost.
Yeah.
At least it used to be like that. I'm looking at my phone, but I was meant to be trying to look at films that hat could be in, but maybe I'll just like write random weird brown hats from a movie. See what it says.
It? Good boy. Good boy. I love it. They catch out after get it.
It came up with Willy Wonka, Indiana Jones.
No.
Willy Wonka.
Came up with some cowboy.
He's not known for his hat, that's for sure.
Oh,
So he probably only wears it for like what, a minute?
No, he wears it all the entire movies. He's been in more than one movie.
I know we have some other individual here. I reckon I might know who it is though. Elk Creek Farms, and then I can't read the rest. I'll see if anyone else can work it out because I can.
What's up, boy?
Oh no, hey, what's going on? When I saw, I could only see the M. I could only see the M, and I'm like, I was wondering if that's what it said, and it does.
Yes,
You
sir.
gave it away. You gave it away.
She is in the bathroom. We are about an hour and a half from our final destination for this long ass motherfucking weekend. And yeah, I seen that you guys submitted that StreamYard thing. I've been driving, so I'm like, I'm gonna let her play around, do whatever
Yeah.
she's doing. And now we're, she's going to the bathroom and I'm stretching.
Yeah, she was going to jump on like about an hour before it started. And I'm like, unfortunately, I'm not live yet. I'm just sharing it.
Yep, and we won't be home till it's 3 a.m. our time, and we probably won't be home till 4:30, and I'm supposed to be at work by 8 a.m.
So you're going to get home, have a sleep, and then go to work, or are you just going to have an all-nighter?
I'm gonna go home, have a smoke, and probably just go right to work.
Crazy.
I'm gonna punch this kid in the fucking throat. My son's being an inappropriate asshole. But
that wouldn't be like men. He got it right.
Yeah, Radio Jonesy is correct.
I feel offended because that's one of my favourite films, but that doesn't look like Freddy Krueger's hat to me.
I got it from like one
That's
of those
gonna be Freddy-
dollar stores.
is that Freddy Krueger's hat?
Apparently, I don't know.
It's like Freddy Krueger's hat if you got it from Wish.
Pretty
I
much.
have a friend who actually made the glove that he wears.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
He actually made it for the actor for the movie.
The goddamn thing kicked me off for a second.
You gotta love the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who I am anymore. I didn't figure out that was Freddy Krueger, but to me, it looked like you were in Vietnam or some shit. It might have been the headset as well, like the headset and
Yeah.
the
You guys have like
it
the
just
reject
was
shop,
throwing me off,
mainly,
maybe.
wouldn't you?
What?
Yeah,
Reject shop,
yeah, we
like
have
the-
reject shop.
Yeah, it's that sort of place, but a Tasmanian-owned one.
What do they call reject shop in Tasmania, or should I not ask?
Oh,
Oh,
reject shop.
Oh,
It's just a
shit.
normal shop. It's just a
Like
normal shop because Tasmanians are rejects.
The
Exactly.
So-
fucking tweakers out here racing each other in little beaters.
What is it?
Oh yeah,
The fucking tweakers. I mean, if you only knew the fucking tweakers, man, they'd be chasing each other around like a dog chases his tail.
at least the dog has a good reason to chase the tail. They have a good
Well,
reason to chase each other.
the tweakers probably have a good reason to chase each other because they're probably chasing each other to the dope man's house.
And one of them's got the last hit. They're arguing over who's going to have the last hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Give it to me.
Who's gonna get the last shard?
That's it. That's it.
It's one of those dope man situations. So, yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Becky?
Oh, I thought she would be out here by now, but she's not. I was gonna surprise her with the live. Be like, haha, biatch.
You gotta love that when you try to do some shit and it just doesn't go to plan.
Yeah. She's
I'm gonna watch
shaking.
I want to watch the. I'm not gonna stay on for long because I want to watch the next episode of Walking Dead started today.
The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I want to watch that, I'll just go to one of the supermarkets and just watch everyone for a while.
Yeah, right.
While I'm Walking
Exactly.
Dead.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah. Exactly. I'm just watching they've got a new spin-off season. And I'm just watching Daryl
And that
Dixon.
one with Daryl Dixon. I know they got that one with Maggie and
Yeah, that's
Negan.
finished.
I haven't watched. Okay.
That wasn't very good actually. Compared to the actual movie the series of The Walking Dead, it was actually quite disappointing. But the one with Daryl in it pretty good,
Okay.
which is good. It's sort of based in.
I haven't watched that series since like the very first couple of seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think after about season 6, I fell off.
I got really invested in it, so I watched the entire thing.
It got a little bit.
Yeah.
It got a little bit outlandish for me.
Yeah, I still watched it. I know that there were boring episodes, and there was like this and that. Hey, get off! They were boring,
Yeah.
but I still really enjoyed it. Like I invested 10 years in the fucking show, so I wasn't going to stop watching it.
Yeah.
I feel like what happened with a lot of shows is like the characters that were popular, they obviously wanted to keep them in and not kill them off, or they didn't want Negan basically Negan went from like a hardcore guy. He seems like how soft these days.
No, he was
I
all
guess
right in
I
that
haven't watched
season.
it enough to.
He was all right with that season with Maggie, the spin-off. But that sort of didn't go anywhere. It just sort of was like 5 episodes or 6 episodes, and then it stopped. It's like it's a bit shit. Yeah, get out.
The first few seasons were what I would consider brutal, and like the deaths were brutal, and you could tell towards the end of the first season they were trying not to kill off certain characters, but
that's what I felt like.
And I'm like, fuck that, kill them all off. Like, This show
Yeah.
should not have lasted. This show should not have lasted more than 3 or 4 seasons. Then they
Good
started coming up
Yeah.
with more outlandish and ridiculous storylines to the point where it's just like, what the absolute fuck is this?
It did go on. It probably should have went till like 6 seasons maximum. It would have been fine, you know.
Yeah,
Max.
Kill them off and just let us all watch the zombies walk around doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, well, if you come to the U.S., you just have to go to certain states and you can watch it in real life.
Philadelphia.
Move, just don't move to Florida, okay?
Yeah. Philadelphia's really bad.
South of all
Philadelphia's-
zombies are real.
Someone's lurking in the chat.
Oh, look who is. Oh, she's been lurking in the chat the whole time. This motherfucker. Look, there she is.
Hello.
This
that's it.
motherfucker. See, she's been lurking in the chat this whole time, and I can't see the damn chat.
No,
so-
it's really funny because I was like, oh, I was going to check in and say hi and the chat. And then I saw he was on screen. I was like, what the fuck?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
What's the chat say?
Come on. Hey.
Roger.
What's Roger up to? But yeah, no, we're out here in the middle of this bumfuck Waitwika.
Oh, they've got wonderful names for their little not fun town.
Come on.
too.
This is the real name is Wairika, but we call it Waitwika. Because, like I said, the tweakers chase each other around town and piss each other off, and then the cops have to get involved, and the cops get pissed off because they have to get involved.
And then whoever does their PR for Facebook is fucking hilarious because he talks shit in the Facebook post.
He's Walking Dead when you're there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, it's
Apparently, Philadelphia's pretty bad, isn't it?
Philly.
Yeah,
I
they
don't know.
reckon. Well, like just the zombies, like drugs. Really, really bad with the drugs.
We live in California, and let me tell you, anywhere where you stack a whole lot of people in one area, there's gonna be problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, fuck, I smell wildfire smoke right now, motherfucker. You smell that? Goddamn, fire season's supposed to be over.
I'm going to go and
We've
watch
been-
this episode because I don't want to go to bed too late tonight.
But
I
anyway,
say that every night, and then I saw you when you was meant to go to bed last night. I saw you were on Facebook and shit. Still, I'm like, I was going to send you a message saying, "Go to
No, I
bed,
went to sleep. No, I went to last night. No, I was asleep by 10 o'clock.
Okay.
We
I
have to
was.
go. I still have to go to work.
bye guys. We gotta drive home.
All right. Take care.
We'll
Safe
see y'all
travels.
later.
See
Have a
ya.
good day.
All right. No
We'll
worries,
see you
man.
soon.
Well, see ya.
Catch you.
Yeah, I'm going to head off because I want to
There you
watch
go,
this
everyone.
episode. And then I want to watch this episode and then crash out. Move. Tito, stop it, mate. Fucking obsessed. Yeah, and then I'm going to crash
Yeah,
out
no
after I watch
problem,
this.
man.
But I just want to come on quick and say g'day and
I reckon that you need to have a rest after your COVID jab. Looking a bit tired.
yeah, fucking ridiculous. Yes. Come on. Yeah. Oh, well. At least I didn't get 5. Like someone.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to watch none of the new Walking Dead. I might go through and watch some of the old
It's actually not
seasons
too
that I
bad,
missed
but-
because I didn't.
The Daryl one's good.
How many
And there was like, yeah, it's not bad. Look, I'm a massive fan, so I'm not going to put shit on the show. I didn't think that it was that bad, to be honest. I really enjoyed it.
Did you watch The Land of the Dead or whatever the hell the other show was called? You know, like that. Yeah, you didn't watch that one.
Oh, on binge, The
I
Last
think
of Us.
it was the cat. I think nah, it was another Walking Dead show, but it was not The
Oh.
Walking Dead. They had
It was
I forget what it is.
yeah,
I
Fear
had
the
that
Walking
my
Dead.
Morgan
microphone turned off,
character in
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Yeah,
Fear
the
the
Fear of
Walking
the
Dead.
Walking Dead. That's the one.
Yeah, for The Walking Dead, yeah.
I didn't like that. I just didn't like that. I couldn't get into that, but I just look, it's a storyline, and I thought the storyline was pretty good, so I enjoyed it a lot.
Why did nobody say my microphone was turned off?
No,
I
It
didn't-
isn't now. I've been talking for like the last 10 minutes. It's been off.
oh shit.
What was it? I didn't even see the mute on your.
No, it's on, I had it turned off here.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, I wasn't.
All right, I'm gonna go and watch this thing. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.
No worries.
All right, take care, man.
Have a good one. All the best.
Yeah, take care, Mick. You're like, why didn't anyone tell me? I didn't
Yeah.
bloody. If you had a mute icon, I might have said, "Oh, you're muted." I just thought you was talking to like in game or whatever.
No, I'm not playing
You
anything.
must
I'm just just browsing stuff.
Ah, I'm like, you must have put on a game and you're like, how concentrate.
No, not to that.
Oh shit.
Oh well. Now I'm looking at monitors.
Take care, Mrs. and Mr. Austin and all the kids.
Well, how big my monitor? I'll get my tape measure. I can just bring it off. Can I get the model number off the screen?
Now you're upsetting Cody as well, Rolfus.
Why?
I said he didn't know, sorry. Uh, uh,
So I'm behind my computer trying to find what the size of my monitor is. Oh,
because I remember looking at Rolfus a couple of times. I'm like, I must be talking in a game.
no!
I didn't even click.
I was like saying
No,
hello to
didn't real-
Miss Austin and her husband, and they weren't saying anything back. And I was like, oh, maybe I don't know.
You're like, oh, hello, and you're like, oh, rude bastards, why aren't they
Yeah,
talking to
pretty
me? Why are they
much.
ignoring me? Oh shit!
Oh well.
Oh
the
no,
monitors on.
we got to be on our best behaviour. They've got us on the car radio playing.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. We'll just turn off our microphones and wonder why no one can hear us.
That's it. Oh god, now I've pulled everything out. Oh Jesus.
It's lucky that you're only on the car radio. He just pulled everything out. He said, "He's naked up here. He's showing it all."
Oh, there we go. It's better. Oh shit! Almost went over
We
again.
all united in the round table of King G.
My computer made a noise as if I've unplugged something. So can you still hear me?
We can hear you, yes.
No, nothing's turned off.
And
No, I don't know.
and King Rolfus too. You're not my advisor or whatever anymore.
No.
Supposedly, you're back to being
Yes.
king.
Your squire. Oh god.
My butler.
I just took a photo of the back of my monitor to see what the model number was.
Yeah.
That's what I took. It's like Jesus Christ. It was meant to be like a low light photo. It's like, I don't know.
Oh yeah. I guess that'd be okay if you're a butt kind of person, but yeah, I can't say that I'm really into butts, especially stinky ones.
I'll say hello to Mr. and Mrs. Austin now. Hello. It's because you can hear me before. I wasn't being rude. I need to get my tape measure. We'll be back. I'll go. You come with me. You can.
Well, let's
I'll
all
be-
go on a
you
journey
can't see me,
with
you'll
Rolfus.
see you.
You just have to use your imagination, and especially people that are listening in to us in
Going to
cars
the
or
very
whatever.
messy garage at the moment. It's got models everywhere.
Well, for the people that are on the live stream that can see, we We can't see Rolfus, but we can hear him lurking around in
still
the
hear me?
background there.
Yeah, this new headset's
We
pretty
sure
good.
can.
Shit.
Bloody men and our tape measurers, hey? You have to measure all stuff.
It's 24 inches.
Oh, you're
What it
probably
was.
exaggerating a bit, aren't you?
No. They're in black and white. Would be handy to have a second one, but I don't know if I really need one yet.
Especially when you was having trouble streaming on PUBG.
I think I've sorted that out now.
What do you want a second one for? So you can look at the live stream and game at the same time?
Yeah, but basically.
What's the point? You was doing that the other day and you was so into your game, trying to kill that old lady running up the stairs that... That's around about the time I jumped on the stream and you're like, oh, Pete's telling you to kill him. You used the whole clip basically and missed.
Pretty much.
Roger's trying to tap his inner Joker.
That's right. I'm playing like this with my friggin' chair halfway down the bloody to the floor, so it's really hard to roll.
Yeah,
I should be up here like this.
Yeah, it definitely would make it a little bit uncomfortable to. Cody's getting excited over your 24 inches.
Oh yeah.
Still remember when Cody said, Mrs. Rolfus is a lucky woman. I won't forget that one. Oh, he's got his measuring tape out. Just for Cody.
It's coming for you. We're up to 28 inches.
Take care, Mrs., Mr., Mrs., and Kid Austin.
The Austinators.
Austin. Am I cutting out, or is that there? Are they losing certs? Sound like Jimmy from South Park when he's trying to tell a joke.
Yeah.
You've been a wonderful audience. It's like the jokes aren't even that good, but because he stutters so much, it's what makes it.
Yeah, exactly. I do miss watching South Park, but I don't reckon I could. I don't know. Probably not the same.
Yeah, they did. Randy had a weed farm for a while. They were okay, but they weren't as good episodes. But they had a couple of. They had one about how COVID got around, and that was pretty outlandish and crazy. And it was Randy that spread it. And it had Mickey Mouse and My vision must not be that good because I thought Roger was like the Mighty Asian Family. And I was going to ask him who that is at first. And, who? The Asian Family. Da-da-da-da. So did you find a chair in the end, or did you just move on to monitors?
I think I did find a chair. Where's the link to it? I suppose I could bring it up on stream. How do I go back to it though?
Wonder what horror film I'm going to watch tonight. I did watch Pumpkinhead, and that was quite good. It definitely was a very like an old school horror formula that had the people that spoke proper, like very very sort of posh. It had the few young kids that were kind of rebels and annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall it was a decent film. I would have liked it more as a kid because I liked those sort of horror flicks, those monster ones. I know.
So that one there looks pretty good. I like that color blue. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I ended up getting this like greenish color just because it matched the channel colors, like
yeah,
the
well,
Cheetah
yeah,
Hype
exactly.
Sapien
It's
ones
like
at the time.
with my channel, it matches the blue sort of color.
Yeah, because my favorite color is actually red, but I don't know. I guess being like an orc sort of channel, the green worked.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And then I did purple for Funkin' Hungry because that character that I had for the logo has some purple and green on him.
Oh yeah.
Went with the purple.
Now I want to know what my monitor is.
Uh,
But I'll take a
I mean, you'll be loving life. Just the fact that you're not going to be like going down all the time.
That's the main thing. Like that's why I was sort of thinking about getting the same one I've got already. So it is pretty comfortable, and it did last quite a while.
Yeah, I'd say that you definitely would see the difference. Or as I said, I've had this for definitely a good two or more years, and it's just everything's been fine still, and it's still quite sturdy and solid.
Turn the light on.
No, I don't know what that one is, AJ. I'll have to bring up my old phone and talk to me. Uh, okay, that it looks like it's the same guy that done. Is it Get Out? And maybe I'm wrong, but it just looks like the same sort of director. Hmm.
Which one's that?
It's called Talk to Me. It's a 2022 horror thriller. No, I haven't seen this one, so I'll have to. I mean, I've got a lot to keep me busy, but yeah. Because last year I went through all of the Halloweens, and that led me back into enjoying horrors again. And it's funny, I started with obviously the very first Halloween, so the 70s or 80s one or whatever it is, and it built up to and one of the main reasons is because they had Halloween Ends, which was kind of like it had the same characters and same actors, but it was a small trilogy again of Halloween. It had, I think it was Halloween and then Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. It was like as I said, it still had like Jamie Lee Curtis and stuff, but it was yeah, like a small trilogy. They were quite good.
Oh yeah.
They do end up killing Michael Woff in that one. I won't give away too much though, but that's why it's Halloween Kills. And yeah, a lot happened. Some people really didn't like it, but I guess when you're trying to end a trilogy, even though they could bring him back, that's how it works because he almost dies in most films anyway.
Yes.
But not everyone's going to be happy with stuff like that at all. But yeah, I might do Nightmare this year. I might lead up towards Halloween with the Nightmare before Christmas. Nightmare on Elm Street. I reckon I'll do then. I have gone through a lot of the Jason films, but I don't know. I find that a lot of the younger actors in a lot of the Jason films, they like in Halloween. I think a lot of the young actors and the people that are playing kids and just all the different people, they're quite good at acting in the Jason films or the Friday the 13th. I find a
Oh yeah.
lot of the actors are a bit shit or a bit average. Some of the films does okay, but yeah. And I think as well with Nightmare, like a lot of the Schumann or the kid characters or the teenagers, they do quite a good job with those films. And I like how creative Freddy is when he kills in some of the middle to later films. He does some very silly, ridiculous stuff.
Well, it's good because it's in
And
a
I have
dream,
watched
so it
a
can be a
lot of,
bit more silly.
yeah, like it makes sense instead of just, some films. Like with that pumpkin heads, the film was quite good, but a lot of how he was like killing people, he just lift them up and just you wouldn't really see what happens, but he just lifts them up and you just see feet
Yeah,
kind of dangling, and it's just I guess it's a easy way for people to use their imagination. You know that something's happening, but it's not really showing it. But it's just a little
yeah.
bit
Sometimes that can be better though,
sort of,
like actually seeing what happens.
yeah, definitely. How a lot of times in horror films you just see the splash of blood because I guess it's a
Yeah,
cheap way of getting a. And again, you can use your imagination, and you'll just see the blood splatter on the wall, and it's like you can work
yeah,
out what happened
exactly.
yourself. But and yeah, last year. Or it might have been the beginning of this year. I did go through a lot of the Child's Plays as well because they have Chucky the series now, which
Oh
does have
yeah.
a third season, and they
Have
were
you
okay,
seen?
but the kids were a little bit annoying that were in the
Yes.
series.
Have you seen Megan? That's not too bad.
Yeah, I did enjoy but I think it got hugely hyped up.
Yes, oh, 100%.
So
Yeah,
by the time I saw it, I'm like, people are acting like this was. I still think like the Chucky story was a lot better. I guess
yeah,
it's meant to be sort of a modern play on that.
yeah. Pretty much.
But yeah, overall it was good. It was definitely hyped up, and but that little girl annoyed the shit out of me. She didn't seem like someone that was grieving, and she just seemed like a
No.
spoiled brat, really, to me. And it kind of, it's like if anyone was going to die, I just wanted her to die. Like, oh, you just get rid of her.
Yeah.
That happens in horror films, though. Like the people you want to die are not the ones that are getting killed, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh god, just give me the knife, I'll do it. Just, the films that I liked, the end of or around when I got back into horror last year was Barbarian. Smile was pretty good. Infinity Pool was okay, but it was just super weird to the point where it doesn't make much sense. But that is kind of what's cool about it. How you just it's like whoever made it must have been on acid or some shit to come up with just such a weird concept.
Have you seen The Hills Have
And yeah,
Eyes?
yeah,
Excellent movie.
I like that. Yeah, but I did see one of the newest ones. I reckon it came out the end of last year. So that made me go back and watch some of the originals. X and Pell are really good as well. X was the first film made, and Pell's like a prequel, so it's set before, but the actual film came out after X.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they were very good films. Has Mia Goth, which is a new chick that's sort of in a lot of horror these days.
Yeah.
She does an awesome job of playing different characters. Yeah, AJ saying he liked Halloween Ends as well. It's like a lot of people's complaint was they wanted more Michael, but then if you watch Halloween, Michael's in them quite like not very much really. He comes and goes and gets his kills, and then obviously they try and work out what's going on, and so he's never really like a huge part of it.
Yeah.
And also, people seem to forget that it's Halloween. It's not called the story of Michael Myers. Like it's an actual overall, you know. I like the third Halloween, which didn't have Michael Myers in it, which was actually quite a good. Because when they got to the third Halloween, in the second one they killed off Michael. They wasn't going to use him again, and then they ended up bringing that character back. They was going to make separate Halloween stories, but then they scrapped the idea after the third one, not having as huge impact because people wanted Michael.
Oh
But
yeah.
I really like that third Halloween. It's a separate story, totally different, but it's a really cool story and a really cool movie. I do like the Rob Zombie versions, but I reckon that Michael overall, I prefer the Michael from like Rob Zombie done a very good job, but he definitely goes into a very grim, dark, gritty sort of, which works. But I prefer the other Halloweens. I think as well, I'm just so used to Jamie Lee Curtis as like the main actor, the main actress, or the main character.
You know, I don't think I've
And I
actually ever
like
watched
how
the
in
Halloween all the way through,
the Rob Zombie ones, or
or any of them.
because in the very original one, he's a babysitter, but now because they've been around so long, this Jamie Lee Curtis's character, she's like an old lady, so she's like
Yeah.
a grandmother by then. So she has a kid and a granddaughter and
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that. So it's kind of cool to see the development over time. I don't need to say hello to Paul. Welcome. Roger's saying the chair looks nice.
Thank you, Roger.
Yeah, like I like Friday the 13th for what they are, but I do feel like they are a little bit hyped up as well. AJ saying Jason are the weakest franchise horrors in his opinion. Hellraiser's good, but Hellraiser is very. I mean, it's
Oh,
good that
fuck
it is so
Hellraiser.
different, but it is very demonic and like kind of like fairly sort of sexual and just it's very it
Sounds a bit
it's
like
like you can't really
Tasty.
say it's. Yeah, that's it. You have to be into DVDs and records and crap to to be into it. But no, it's very different. So you can't sort of put that in the same category as like how Jason and Halloween are quite similar. But that is what's good about it as well. I did watch the new one and I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I haven't
It
seen the
was a
new
little
one yet.
bit different though. Yeah. Because the funny thing is, as well, the Friday the 13th film was basically a blatant rip-off of Halloween. But what they wanted to do, the first few Halloweens and even some of the later ones, they didn't have much gore in them. But then with Friday the 13th, they wanted to basically steal and have the same concept, which
Oh
is
yeah.
openly they said to that, they took that idea and they just wanted like a way more gory version. Yeah, that's fair enough, Paul. Bloody tax return already. This year it'll be Christmas tomorrow pretty much.
Pretty much.
It's crazy. AJ says Barbarian was fantastic and Maxine, which is the third one in the Expel trilogy, is coming soon and that has Mia Goth in it as well, which is, as I said, she's at first, because I guess I didn't really watch all the films, I heard all this hype about her and wondered if it was just a bullshit hype, but no, she is quite good in. And Infinity Pool as well is another film she was in. As I said, it had the Alex Skarsgård. He was in what's
Oh,
that bloody
Vikings.
vampire?
Was
Yeah, and he
that?
was in that vampire. He was in that vampire trilogy or series or whatever as well.
Oh, okay.
True Blood. It was True Blood's the series. I mean, there's a lot of Skarsgårds in the bloody business. There's the one who done Pennywise as well, and their dad was an actor.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you haven't seen Barbarian, I definitely suggest anyone to see that. That I don't want to give away much of the story because that's what I enjoyed so much. How you kind of get an idea of how the story's going to go. You know, something crazy or weird's happening, but it does sort of flip. And so at first it seems quite normal, and then it flips itself on its head and becomes a little bit crazy. But yeah, I probably said almost too much saying that, but just watch it and just work out what's going on yourself. Because you kind of wonder where the name comes from of the film, and the name, you kind of wonder what the idea is at first. Yeah, Corey was a very interesting character. I didn't mention him because, again, I guess I didn't. If anyone wants to watch these films and try not to say too much, but AJ said it in a very good way that doesn't give away who or what that is. But yeah, Corey. A lot of people didn't like Corey in Halloween Ends. They wanted more Michael, but yeah, I enjoyed it because it was different. That's what I enjoyed. That it actually was. You know, you go into it expecting it to just be another Halloween film, and it did change a lot of stuff. And yeah, I enjoyed Corey as well. There's definitely a lot of horror films out there. There's a lot of all sorts of films. Well, what's good about horror is as well, horror is just any film really that's fear-based. So, you know, it could be about having a phobia. So it could be about heights or spiders or, you know, or it could be just a crazy person running around killing people. It's quite a open and broad
Oh yeah.
stuff. Because it's like I watched a Serbian film, and that's definitely not like a monster flick, or I guess in a way, though, humans can be monsters
Yes.
more so than just some hairy creature with teeth and claws or whatever. It's humans can be a lot more disturbing than any monster out there. But yeah,
I don't think I've
definitely.
seen Tucker and Dale. I have to see that.
That's a zombie film, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Terrified. Yeah, Mia Goth is fantastic. She definitely has a very cool vibe, and I've seen her play a few different characters now, and she does a good job. Yeah, it's definitely a film I won't be watching anytime soon, but it definitely did the job. It pushed my boundaries, and had some of the. Unless you're really, you know, into some sort of pedophilia, necrophilia type themes
Oh
and
God.
stuff, and just the gore and stuff is quite full on. And at first, it's quite tame, and then it just turns itself on the it becomes in about 40 minutes towards the end. It just goes, you know, from like 0 to 100 or to 200 just quite quickly. So it's quite a normal pace at first, a few disturbing things, but then it just gets to the point where it's just, and it doesn't stop until the end, and then right at the end as well, it leaves you going, okay. There was a few points that I couldn't help but just sort of laugh and go, oh, really? That's a little bit too far or just silly, but it's kind of, I guess, the closest stuff you could sort of compare it to is like Human Centipede sort of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's basically about more so like number 2.
Yeah, okay.
How it's a little bit more full on. And yeah, it's about an adult porn or like a porn star so it's like a very sort of adult film that some films I'm like, oh, I watched stuff as a kid, but yeah, you definitely want a kid to watch that sort of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
It's not the same as like Halloween or Freddy Krueger. But yeah, Terrifier is another one that I would recommend. It is definitely really good. Art the Clown is very funny, and he doesn't actually speak. He's like a mime, so he sort of just does stuff and then just acts out. Like if he's laughing, he just does the motion of laughing, but no audio comes out. So he sort of puts his hand on his chest and laughs and points and stuff, but the first one I've enjoyed more because the second one has started to move into a little bit more supernatural themes and stuff. But yeah, the Terrifier, they have Terrifier 2, and the third one they're gonna drop next year, but the teaser trailer's coming out in October for it.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, it's very gory, but it does take some notes from old horror because it doesn't have loads of CGI stuff. They've tried to do more practical effects,
No,
and
it's always good
it's
they do
fair,
that.
and it's fairly low budget. But that's not a bad. Like, it doesn't look trash, but they don't have a huge budget, which is kind of what is cool about it. Even though it's becoming so popular that they no doubt the third one. But yeah, the way Art the Clown kills people is very, very interesting. Like, there's uh, like, I'll give away a couple, but he he kills someone and he sets up like a dinner table and he sits down and he starts serving up mashed potatoes and shit as the mum's sitting there dead, and he
Oh,
pours like
yeah.
salt. He pours like salt and stuff and bleach into wounds and just
Oh,
he's really sick in the head. But it's one of those where it's a little bit comedy, a little bit horror, and
yeah.
depending on how you ask. I did try to watch it with someone, and she watched a bit, and it was too much for her, like too much gore and stuff. But I mean, I've been into that sort of stuff since a kid, so that's what it's like. Pushing the boundaries is what I need just to have, like, a little bit of a reaction these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to
But
head
yeah,
off
some
now.
people. Yeah, no worries, man.
Oh, get out of my bloody uncomfortable chair and hopefully get a new one tomorrow. But thanks for having me
It
on.
almost reminds me. It almost reminds me of a comedy. Like, you just start going down. It's just.
Oh, it's like as soon as I put it up to a height where it's nice. And sometimes it stays up if it goes, is all right. It probably won't go down now.
Yeah, no, that's how it works.
Oh,
It never does it when you
oh,
want.
oh, no, half went down then. But yeah, as soon as you move, it just goes. There's pain in the backside. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.
All right, take care, Rolfus. Cheers.
See ya.
Catch you. And there we go. Trying to now. I don't have a guest. I'm like trying to minimize my screen. Like, hide it, quick. Make me smaller. Make me smaller. What's that? Is it Homer that says it? Oh, think unsexy thoughts or whatever, and it just goes from the woman to Barney. Yeah, I'll have to. I've got out a few little props and stuff. I want to kind of set up my streaming or filming area. Oh, what happened to my? I moved my Robo wank tissues. I did have them as a little bit of a prop. But yeah, I've shown a few little things off on stream. I do have a Chucky doll hidden away as well. I'll have to get him out sometime. Maybe I do like possibly like a Halloween stream or either on the day or around the day. Just have to see what day Halloween's on. It's Tuesday, it reckons. So maybe I'll do it on the Monday, or I might just push the Monday stream to a Tuesday one, even though it's become now Monday Night Madness. That's like, yeah, so it's like 4 weeks away. Yeah, I'll have to get Chucky out sometime and show him off. Yeah, it's one of those ones that I haven't seen, but I've been meaning to see it for a long time. For a long, long time, I guess. I reckon it's called A Scout's Guide to Zombie Killing or to something like that. That one's another horror comedy. That one's quite good, and obviously Zombieland. What are you referring to here, AJ? The Terrifier, or you probably the Serbia film is probably what he means. It's definitely it definitely I don't know. I guess pushed the boundaries a little bit. I mean, I did a couple of times. It was like just definitely disturbing, but it made me go, oh, I had to kind of go, oh, this is a film. I'm not watching. If it was real life, I'd definitely be triggered. But I'm like, oh, it's just a film. It's just a movie. But yeah, it was done quite well. The acting and all that stuff was quite well weird. Sometimes it takes you out. But the most crazy thing about a Serbia film or story or whatever it's called, film is that's real. Like the people actually pay, and like that happens, and it is a business. Yeah, funny enough, Irreversible was another one that I was told is very disturbing. So I'll have to maybe that maybe that might be tonight's viewing. Is I'm starting to, as I said, I got back into. I've always liked horror, but I went off it for a while because just a lot of stuff that was coming out was just trash, and it kind of made me fall out of love with it, if you want to say that, for a bit. Like I just kind of stopped watching it or getting excited for it. But yeah, last year it sort of, I just, because of Halloween ends and I just wanted to go through, I thought it was around this, it was in cinema around that time. Like it was brand new, and I thought I'd go through all of the films, and by the time I go through all of the films, the new one will be available to stream or watch or whatever. And it just, Prey is another good one. It is kind of sci-fi horror, but I found Prey to be very good as well. I do like Native American culture and that sort of stuff, which helped. But yeah, that Prey was very good. I'd say Prey, Halloween Ends, Prey, Barbarian, and Smile all was quite good. Like I found for like new horror that was around sort of end of last year. Yeah, so there's a few films that myself and someone else went through. We like he knows I like horror, so he was suggesting films or asking if I wanted to see any there. Yeah, so Irreversible was definitely one of the ones that, because obviously there's ones that people say are very hard to watch, and some of them are banned in certain countries or whatever, and like they have those very disturbing ones. I mean, it's not it's not like that's all I like, but as I was saying before, these days not a lot sort of really gets to me. Like there's a lot of stuff that just I might enjoy it, but it won't sort of get deep into my soul and do much. So it's always good. As I said, Terrifier did push the boundaries for more gore and just that sort of stuff, which was quite cool in a way of you see if you're into gory films, you kind of feel like you've seen it all. But that did do like a few little things. I won't give away too much, but yeah, just what he does to some of the people are quite full on. I guess we had the Saw franchise, but just that started to lose its appeal for me. But I might go through them. I might go through them. Definitely don't swallow. I might go through them all and sort of build up to this new one because supposedly the new one is meant to be good and they've reinvented Jigsaw. But I guess I'll have to see. Okay, well, they're saying that this irreversible is extreme, so it's just I don't know if I want to like I want to watch it, but I don't know if it's going to be what I'll watch tonight. I'll see how I go. Like sometimes you need to be in the mood, I guess, if you can even say that. But yeah, just sometimes you want more light viewing, like a horror story that's not gonna like keep you on the edge of your seat. Okay, this one that Cody's mentioned is old. Oh yeah, so it's drama and war, but it's an R18. So even if it's not like a horror movie, being R18 means that it's pretty full on. It has very adult themes and stuff to it. I'm a little bit behind the chat, so I'll catch up. Sometimes it's good to be behind the chat because then I can, talk my little bit of cod bollocks, and by then people would have said other stuff. Okay, that's another one that I haven't seen, but if you guys don't rate it, it might not be. Oh, you're talking about the same film that Cody mentioned before. Yeah, there can be only one. Yes, it is. I was gonna, I was gonna move it out the way because, yeah, but yeah, I'd kind of, I'll kind of put it there as well to see if anyone would notice. But yes, you will be seeing that video soon, either tomorrow or Wednesday, probably Wednesday, just so I don't have to rush. But yeah, obviously put one video out today and back on the horse. So I'll probably be filming tomorrow, so that's why I might not, you know, have time really to edit. Probably be filming and then spreading out all those reviews or whatever this week and then possibly next week, depending on how much I get done. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember one of my what came to mind when I watched it. I'm like, well, don't think I'll be watching that film anytime soon. But yeah, I mean, I guess the best explanation I have is, like I said, at least it sort of pushed boundaries or just made me go, okay, that's a little bit crazy. But I mean, like I said, that stuff is real when it happens, and that's what's real horror. It's a little bit unrealistic. Someone running around killing hundreds of people. Like, they're going to get stopped eventually, and then they tend to make them supernatural just so they can give a reason of why they can just keep on doing stuff. But yeah, when it's stuff that's a little bit more real, will make me cry. Well, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, that's why I said I'm not sure if I want to watch it, but I'm not sure if it will be tonight. You know, at least I've got Kermit the Frog here to keep me, and then I might get a cup of tea and cry into my tea. Yeah, I mean, when I was watching it, it's like, oh, like people actually enjoy this. Because obviously it's like a high selling business, like that's those snuff sort of films on the dark web or whatever. But yeah, and obviously some people love it, some people get off on it, and that's what the movie's about. Some people enjoy it, and some people can't obviously get into it. And that's when I was watching it, and that did cross my mind stuff like that. Like, who the hell would watch this and get off on it? Yeah, it hasn't necessarily been announced though, has it? The next one, because there was. It's not really rumors. It's more what people want. But people wanted it to be Japanese and have like a samurai in the next Prey, where obviously the Prey has Native Americans, and they're quite good with just weapons, but weapons from like it's not modern, so it's like more obviously when Native Americans were making weapons out of just the environment. Yeah, Terrified's definitely like funny, but you have to have that sense of humor. Cod's bollocks. Yeah, Cod's bollocks. You have to have as I said, I watched it with someone and she just, after about 10 minutes, couldn't handle it. And that didn't even get into the really extreme stuff. But yeah, because I'm quite a big fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, and at first Nightmare seemed to be like, say, the very first one didn't have as much humor and stuff in it, but they definitely started to. I guess Chucky was the same. They had a little bit, but then I guess when they find their audience, so Terrifier probably did the same thing as well. I'd say the second one, they kind of know that people enjoyed some of the comedic parts, so they pushed that as well. But then they pushed the gore and they pushed the killing. They they push all the stuff and obviously make it more extreme, going into what the audience enjoyed. But then as well, with these sort of films, they also know that some people can't really handle those sort of gory horror sort of themes as well. But that sort of makes them push it more in a way, just to see. I guess if you was making a horror film, if someone puked or just whatever couldn't handle it, then you've kind of done your job in a way. But as I said, it's all sort of fear based, so like a little spider walking over someone's skin might be way more extreme to one person than the next. And, then that same person that's reacting to one type of film could, watch gore, someone's face getting slid off or chopped off, and not react to it. It just depends on who you are. But there's definitely stuff that I react to. But yeah, I'd say Human Centipede, the second one. There was a couple of scenes that were a little bit like full on. But I guess it's when you put yourself into the shoes of certain people, you're like, okay. But then stuff like Saw was a little bit too much for me. There was some stuff that was crazy. Like I thought the first one was fairly extreme, or to me, like that was done very well. And then later ones, it just became like a roller coaster. They just going a little bit overboard. They're just trying too hard a little bit. Okay. Uh, so you saying you don't bother with it? It's like, is it because it's too extreme or full on, or is it just boring? Yeah, well, that's like me. I've always seen people, when people mention really hard to watch stuff or extreme stuff, that kept on coming up. So I had to see it, at least, so I know. At least now I've seen it, I know when people talk about it or people say how hard it is to watch. At least I know what they're talking about now. You can hear, like, I knew some of the stuff that was going to happen in it, and I was kind of waiting for it in a way. Like, I'm like, oh, is this the part or is this the part? And then it did actually. Some of the stuff that was crazy did surprise me in a way, because it was kind of the way it was shown in the film was a little bit different than I expected, because they sort of hint at stuff in the film. I'm like, oh, this might be the part people couldn't handle, and then the really crazy stuff was handled a bit differently than I expected, and it was definitely was, yeah, disturbing. Flips are martyrs. Yeah, samurai setting. I mean, I love a lot of different cultures, Japanese and like samurais in particular. The Last Samurai was a very good film, wasn't that? Was that Tom Cruise? I think that's like the only film of his I enjoyed, because he wasn't actually acting like a complete spastic for once. But yeah, The Last Samurai was very good. Yeah, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be extreme. It doesn't. They don't all need to be in the same realm. But yeah, if it's quite bad, then I'll probably be likely to want to watch it. Just to, as I said, when I hear these crazy films, you can hear it, and people can tell, "Don't watch this," or "This happens," and this is too much. But until you watch it, you like words are fine, or even people expressing that how crazy stuff can be. But until you see it for yourself, then you like fully absorb that information, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I feel like with the second one being black and white helped because just it wouldn't be as creepy if it wasn't black and white. And obviously, like, you don't know if it's like vomit, shit, blood, whatever, because it's just all black and white. So all the liquids or whatever just all become just one, like it all visually looks the same. But yeah, I feel like that's what worked because too many bright colors or whatever, it could look like like a Disney movie if there's too much going on. If you can call Human Centipede a Disney film, fair enough. Uh, well, there you go. I might have to watch it though because now you've like said stuff as I just pointed out. Sometimes need to witness it for yourself just so you can go, okay, yeah, he was right. Yeah, but then when it comes to IMDb or whatever stuff like that, it's like I guess it's just like a lot of those review sort of websites or companies just sometimes they'll give just something like a really bad review for whatever reason. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they don't like the director, or maybe they don't like you know. Sometimes I feel like they're a bit biased or whatever with it. But then each to their own. It might just be because I like stuff that someone else doesn't like. It's probably as simple as that. Like sometimes you'll see a review, so that's why you can't really go buy stuff all the time, reviews and stuff like that, or other people's opinions. But you guys definitely, I can go with some of like what you were saying, opinion wise, because we seem to all have, I don't know, I guess a similar tolerance, but also, like, as I said, I'm just looking for some stuff. Like I like all sorts of different films or horror, but I need stuff that will move me. Like AJ said, I'll cry. Um, they have a coloured version. I guess that's why AJ said, "Oh, in coloured." How do I purchase films? Oh well, a little bit of a. But yeah, I did used to buy a lot of stuff on DVDs and stuff. Obviously, some stuff is a little bit harder to find. But yeah, I just stopped buying films because it just gets to the point it's hard to have the room for films. So most of my DVDs and stuff these days or Blu-rays, most of them are in bags in different rooms or whatever. They're all just bagged up and just I stopped really buying films as much. But I mean, I wouldn't mind having own some films, but yeah, these days it's more streaming and that sort of situation, like watching them digitally. Yeah, as you said, the more extreme stuff can be difficult to find, and that's part reason, I guess, why I haven't seen some films before recently. Yeah, Cannibal Holocaust, I have heard a lot about. That's another film that I should have watched by now, but I keep on putting them in my phone because I can just Google them and I can leave the like whatever they call it, the website up in my phone. But yeah, I mean, it's just like a reminder as well. I only Isn't that weird how sometimes Google works? I swear they can read our minds these days because I just put in a few words and it came up with Cannibal Holocaust. This is 1980s. I do like my old, I do like myself some old horror films. Oh yeah, yeah. I've definitely heard of this, and it's one that I've wanted to see. But yeah, it's like just some of those mainstream streaming apps, like a Netflix. They don't go into like the good stuff. Okay, why aren't you a fan? Just story wise or visually? It does say that you can get this one from Amazon 4K Ultra HD. See as well, prices of films. This is saying. I mean, I'm just kind of looking at what I see. You can shop around. This is like 53 Australian dollars though, so it gets a little bit pricey. But yeah, I did used to get a lot of films, and I do like some like comedy. Can't say I actually know that director. I'm guessing. Animal torture. Yeah, that's definitely like a bit of a trigger for me. But the thing is, as well, I've seen some like real like non movie animal torture, and yeah, it's like terrible. But as I said, sometimes it's like it's real. I'm not really someone, even though as I said it, I do get emotional or like very triggered by it. But sometimes you just have to, I don't know, I guess this is my own opinion. You have to expose yourself to what really happens on this planet, or like, what really happens. Like, it's real. It's not, like just covering your eyes isn't going to get rid of it, is it? I guess, if that makes any sense. So it's like I've exposed myself to this much. Why just like turn away? And I guess that's like horror films. Some people when they can't handle it, hide or put a covers over their head or whatever. I remember friends doing that back in the day, watch horror and sometimes you're either watching it late at night or once you've woke up in the sort of early morning, afternoon and hide under the old blanket. So that's not going to get rid of it. And those, like that stuff's in your mind. It's not going to hide in it visually. It's still going to be there for the rest of your life or whatever. Um, Dario Argento. Yeah, I can't really say I've seen these films. Just flicking through, there's none that sort of. Demon sounds familiar. I mean, I used to be the type of kids that would just watch all sorts of stuff. Like all sorts of sci-fi horror back in the day as well. Was obviously when I was a kid and there wasn't as much streaming apps and just you have paid TV, so you have all these, and it's especially at night time back in the day when we would have been younger. Obviously, there's just a lot crazy stuff comes on. The early hours of the morning. So sometimes I used to pretend I'm watching. I used to love the remote how there used to be a back or buttons you could press, so you could have like you watching just a cartoon or whatever, and then if you're watching what you really want, and then it's like, oh, is that one of the parents getting up, going to the toilet, and they'll probably say, oh, get to bed or whatever, so you flick it to a normal show. So it sounds like you like some very off the grid stuff. So I haven't heard of that either. Audition. So that's why it's good to have you guys around as well, because I have my, I guess, own influences or likes or whatever. Hey, what's going on, Dave? So yeah, it's good to have like people that expose me to stuff that I've never heard of. Yeah, so is audition and stuff like that, is that in Japanese, or is it dubbed in English, or is it, because I know Korea has some really good, like there's that zombie series, because sometimes when it's subtitles I'm happy to watch them, but when I'm painting and stuff like that, I like having sometimes something visually, and obviously I kind of stop what I'm doing when you need to watch it, but when you can kind of, I can kind of watch and do other stuff, but when it's subtitles, I have to obviously give it my full attention. So I haven't watched a lot of the Korean horrors that I've wanted to. Is it A Train to Busan or something like that? Is the zombie one? It's got subs. Yeah, so as I said, I'm not against that at all, but it just means that I'll actually have to watch the film, as in just I can't, it's like one that you can't like just fiddle around on your phone or whatever you're doing. Like you need to actually watch it properly, which is fine. But Battle Royale is good. Cody mentioned Battle Royale. It's a Japanese film. Okay, yeah, Korea has some crazy stuff. I don't know. Yeah, just Asian culture has definitely a very different way of looking. Okay, yeah, that's another film like we was mentioning before that is, I guess there's all these ones that have reputations, or they have like, they people always say when you certain films that are too much for them or just push them quite a lot. Yeah, Asians definitely have a different way of. I guess it's just because it's a different culture, I guess a lot of us being Caucasians, when it comes to like religious beliefs, even if you're not into religion, like, we look at spirits and demons and all sorts of stuff a certain way, where other cultures have a very different way of looking at stuff. So then therefore that will make their horror different, because their boogeymen are going to be very different. I do like some sort of folklore cryptid type stuff as well, because in different European countries or whatever, there's very different stories or folklores that are attached to these different events and stories that they have related in relation to their cultures or whatever. In some countries, they're very close; they're quite similar, but then they're quite different. And I guess a lot of times we're sort of influenced quite heavily by American like Hollywood type stuff. But then even in America, there's quite underground or just very sort of different type of horror, which is good. Yeah, that's it. And like I was saying, when it comes to horror, everyone is scared of something different, or the whole genre is sort of fear driven or fear based. So because I've spoke about it in previous streams and stuff that I used to not care about heights and stuff like that, but I've had a few near death experiences. So sometimes when I'm quite high up and stuff now, like I'm talking really high, not just, on a house or whatever, I do get a little bit of that adrenaline start going a bit and stuff. But when I was a kid, I'd act like a complete plonker and not ever have that any fear with that. But I do know, I think it's called Fall, is a film that I have heard, which is a height based film, and people have said that's quite a difficult film to watch, depending on how you react to whatever. Everyone's a lot of people are scared of insects, or just. I mean, even I guess a lion running towards you is pretty. Would I'm sure everyone's heart would start racing a bit, but when stuff like that's happened in films, it's happened quite a lot. They've used Like, I do love a good werewolf film, though, but I don't feel like they've done any justice in so long. Yeah, see, I haven't watched it, AJ, so, and again, it's not because, I'm not, as I kind of just mentioned, I do have a little bit of a reaction now being older, but it's not that I wouldn't give it a go, though. I don't think there's, I think as most people in the chat right now know, and as I've said for the last hour or whatever, I don't reckon there's much that I wouldn't watch. Um, I don't know if there's anything that I wouldn't watch really, because at the end of the day, I mean, worst comes to worst, I could turn it off if I have to. But then if I react, then they've done their job, really, you know. I haven't gone skydiving. I haven't gone like there, but I probably would give it a go. But maybe that sort of might help with me having a reaction to stuff like that now. Maybe it would help, or maybe it would just like, you know, I'm just dying. I would just, you know, just it would be too much, and I'd just exit my body. And oh, okay, that's I didn't actually know there was a sequel to that. That's interesting. Yeah, well, that's it. As I said, I feel like you guys are quite similar to me in ways where if it gives you a reaction, it's kind of done its job. Because as you said, you know, it was you said it gave you mega anxiety, but then if a film can do that, I mean, some acting can kind of, you know, like make you cry or make you quite emotional, or just, and when a film can do that, either an actor performing really well, or you know, it's just noticed sometimes I'm talking and I kind of read comments a little bit. I've noticed the two girls, one cup. Yeah, if you've seen One Guy, One Cup, you've seen it all. Well, One Guy, One Mug, does that count? Gory or weird stuff when my wife wants to watch it too. Yeah, well, yeah, I can, because when I was saying, I said it a couple of times before, you probably wasn't around, I don't reckon, but the Terrifier film, tried to watch it with someone that I was seeing at the time, about five, not even probably 10 minutes in, and she just couldn't get into it. And I was so excited because I saw it before and I quite enjoyed it. Obviously, it is a little bit extreme, you know. And like sometimes you want to share that passion, or you're like, oh, this was good, watch it. And most of the time, she sort of liked similar stuff to me. But yeah, that was a bit too much supposedly. So yeah, sometimes when it comes to gore or weird stuff, it's definitely, you know, like obviously we kind of all on the same level or length or whatever they call it here. We're all sort of, yeah. It was One Cup was more horrifying. Bloody hell. I guess we're getting into the weird or spicy stuff now, right? Oh, bloody Cody, I didn't. How can you? You had to go. Sorry, two guys, one horse. Well, now we all know what's in his web browser. But yeah, definitely what Dave's saying is true. You know, it's like I guess good to have a place where people like have similar interests. Maybe he wants them to visit him. Oh, now it all makes sense. He is a brony. Oh, Cody. Now we'll never be able to read Cody, the Aussie Alistair fan brony, without without thinking of two guys and one horse. Now, yeah, that's why at first he said one guy and one horse, because he was. That's what it is. He said one guy, one horse, and he didn't want us to get, you know, sus trying to put two and two together and him and the horse. And then he's like, "Oh, sorry, shit." Two guys, one horse. That's what he meant. That YouTube probably won't like a lot of the stuff that I talk about on these live streams. That's why really I need to move it to the other channel, but still need to pimp out Funk and Hungry a bit. Because yeah, I'm sure people are like, oh, he does food reviews and then come into these live streams and reads and listens to this. Oh yeah, I don't know if that's the words that I would associate with someone showing that. Here we go. They went for a lovely frolic through the paddock, didn't they? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all, as long as I guess it's above the board or whatever. In that Serbia one, there was like reference and stuff to bestiality. Yeah, that's one of those words that are just awesome. Frolic. Yeah, they had reference to bestiality, and then at first I'm like, oh god, they're not going to show it, are they? Because how could they show that? I guess they could use, you know, like fake stuff, like to do it. But yeah, thankfully, I guess they didn't go there. Well, definitely when they like mentioned it and sort of shown a bit, I'm like, oh god, they're not going to go here as well, are they? And it started, my mind started like, how are they going to show it without really doing it? I'm sure anyone that has the internet has seen that sort of weird stuff. How excited females get around horses or whatever. Certain ones, I should say. Sorry. I'm sure not everyone's into that, and especially like young guys with the access to the internet. I'm sure we've all been there, younger, and frolicking together or whatever. What the hell? I don't know if this is anyone here, but I got a sub from someone called Sun is Lost. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's Cody because it has a hopefully if it is Cody, he doesn't mind me showing, but it has a horse. There's a green horse. So yeah, it was kind of it was kind of interesting. I looked down, I'm like, oh, I got a new person on the channel. And then when I saw a horse, I'm like, what is happening? Now this has started to freak me out as well. How do you see stuff before the internet? What, like books or whatever? Like magazines, remember those? Remember those days where you had to look at magazines and then when you were a bit younger, you used to get annoyed. It's like, oh, why are all these pages stuck together? And then you realize, the person's dad or wherever you're getting them from. It's like, oh, I guess he really enjoyed those magazines. What? Frolicking? I guess you guys are talking about the bestiality or whatever. Green, is it mouldy? Well, I did have a wash today, so know, made sure I got around the helmet. Made sure the helmet was clean. Okay, so we have a maybe they should follow you, Cody. You might have some content that they might enjoy. Supposedly they enjoy this, whatever this is happening right now. Hmm. So maybe I'll let you guys pick the film I'll watch tonight. Should I watch? Pretty sure I have it, thanks to someone who I won't mention, but I appreciate it because yeah, I'll put it back up on so stuff makes sense to certain people a bit more. Even though, yeah, I'm pretty sure they know anyway. But what was it like? What was that one that you guys were saying would make me cry? Oh, I reckon I've gone a bit too high. Just reading some of these comments. That one, do you reckon I should watch this tonight, or you reckon I should just, go to bed and have nice dreams? I reckon Cody wants to see me suffer. All right, so we've got one vote. Anyone else is going to vote for me to suffer? And we've only got a couple of people in the chat chatting away, and we got a few lurkers. So hello to the lurkers. I'm sure Two Aussie is, making himself some boiled eggs and eating them whole as he's watching this. Deep throating boiled eggs. Oh, Becky's here. Suffer. Oh, well, that's very lovely of you. I appreciate it. Suffer okay. Oh, there's a lot of compassion behind and a lot of, a lot of emotional response there. Emotion behind that response, I should say. Can't speak. That's the problem when I do streams for a bit too long. I start and well, sipping on tea, and especially when there's other people here, I can like have those little breaks in between. Then I start getting tongue tied when my mouth starts getting a bit, still a little bit moist though, so I'm not quite done yet. Moist. AJ hasn't told me to watch Irreversible yet. Too floggy. Yeah, too floggy. And Ron and Liz. Yeah, no worries, Becky. That's all good, man. Moist. I might might have to watch it. Like when you put on poor Ron always gets the leftovers. Yeah, that's it. You can imagine that Tawazzi and Liz are doing what they do best, eating boiled eggs or whatever. Hang on, she's vegan. They don't eat eggs, do they? So yeah, she's probably just watching Tawazzi eating his, Big Mac meal or whatever he always eats, and he gets in first, and all of a sudden Ron's sitting there lurking in the back like, oh god, always get the leftovers. At least he does bring his leftovers back to Ron. He's always like, oh yeah, no, this is for Ron. Just it's probably the guy in his basement is probably like locked up. Like that Simpsons episode where there was like Bart and his twin. One was locked up, and that's two Ozzy and Ron. He's like, oh, I better bring home half a chips and a tender for Ron. Yeah, what I was saying about Irreversible or whatever, it's like, when you watch it, you have like this, it's in your mind and you're like, oh, I'll just watch this, and you never get satisfied if you don't go with what your mind's craving, I guess. But yeah. Where's all my guests tonight? I scared them all off. What are we going to talk about now, guys? You've kept me focused for a while. Is a very unpleasant viewing experience. I like how you word some of this stuff. It's like, basically I almost don't need to watch it with that sort of wordplay there. Yeah, I'll say there is a few bits and pieces I need to finish watching, so I get carried away when I'll go to watch a new film and you just like more so series, you push them to the side a bit. It's like I need to just like learn to smash stuff out and not leaving little bits and pieces to come back to. Kind of like Bron all over again. Come back to the pieces. Speaking of fisting, I just noticed when I started to stream that this little yellow fist is poking up. Noticed it ages ago. Did point it out a couple of times. Give it a bit of a tickle. Reckon everyone's run out of steam more so than me. You guys are just typing. Their fingers are probably getting tired from all this typing. And yeah, for all the lurkers, make sure you give me some finger help. Some finger help would really help. Fist of the North Star. See, I don't know exactly what that is, but it just reminded me, like I do. We're talking about very weird and gory stuff, but I do like my martial arts and kung fu type stuff as well. But yeah, again, subtitles. Most of the good stuff has subtitles when it comes to like Asian kung fu martial arts stuff. But yeah, I mean, who doesn't like a bit of Bruce Lee as well, right? Even though Japanese manga. Yeah, see, I haven't watched manga in so long, but that's super gory and crazy as well. Old school stuff. It's probably the best because a lot of stuff seems to be getting soft these days. Like even WWE or F as it used to be. Back in the day, they used to actually, like hit each other with stuff and actually hurt each other. And these days, it's like I don't watch it anymore, but I'd imagine they hit each other with pillows. And speaking of hitting each other with pillows, do you know that pillow fighting is an actual sport now? Unless it was just that they're very rigged up like bullshit. But I saw a video and there's people hitting each other with pillows. It's like that how they slap each other these days as well. No. What the fuck? Unmute mic. Can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves. Fair enough. Turn your camera on. Turn your camera on. Turn your camera on. But yeah, there's someone lurking in the background. But they're playing silly buggers. So yeah, I'm sure if it's someone I know, they'll get bored and then show me who they really are. Yeah, back to manga and stuff. Like I don't know. I guess I don't follow certain stuff like manga enough to really, I guess, have an opinion. But it seems like it's a lot softer these days. But yeah, I kind of thought horror went like that for a while, and I guess a lot of the really crazy stuff is like, European or whatever, or Asian. So yeah, it all depends. Soul was around earlier because I gave him a couple of. Well, he's still awake, so I better not say a few trigger words that as I said earlier, sometimes I wonder if he reads the dictionary, how many words and stuff he knows, and how many words that he reacts to. But yeah, I opened up a fresh bag of treats, we'll say, and gave him a couple because he was behaving himself, and then I gave him one when he was on stream, which you can only see his head and stuff, ears, and yeah, might as well just get rid of this twat that's just being an idiot in the back here. Oh, here we go, private chat. Yeah, I can see that you're using a bullshit bloody picture, trying to pretend it's a lie of someone live. I don't have smackos, but I have the. I can't even open can't even move the bag because that will trigger him off. But yeah, just the brown like bones, the beef bones or whatever they are. I gave him one on stream because he was lurking, and then he just sat there trying to, give you that. Oh, I'm being good. But yeah, he was whinging and moaning, but then after a while, I ignored him. He went and slept. And he's been sleeping for about an hour or more, going on probably 2. No, it's fine, me. No, it's fine, me. Add me. Well, anyway, just getting rid of that random weird troll in the background there. Yeah, he'll wake up. He'll wake up soon, especially when I jump off this and go get my cup of tea and prepare myself for whatever I might do. Probably give him like another little treat or whatever. But yeah, the problem is he just helps himself. Sometimes I've got him near my feet, but then sometimes if I forget and don't move them, if I leave the room, or sometimes even when I'm doing washing up or whatever, I see him walk by and he's got just a biscuit. Oh, I said it. He's sleeping, he didn't hear. But yeah, he comes by and he's got one in his mouth. And then if I'm just occupied, I can go and stop him if I really wanted, but most of the time I just let him go for it really. But yeah, then he'll come back with another one. I'm like, oh, it's starting to get a few too many. Or sometimes I go out the room and he's like got one and he's eating it to him, like he's eating it. I'll go to the toilet or whatever and come back, he's eating it. I'm like, oh, I wonder how many he actually smashed out before before I come back. Like he's got one, but he's probably had a few, like trying to get him down him before I come back. But yeah, he still gets, a good two meals a day and treats as well. But yeah, sometimes he's acting like, yeah, should have called him Sod, cheeky Sod. It's funny as well when I say, soul, what's it sound like when you put it together? Like, when I'm like, soul, what are you doing? Sounds like a totally different word that I'm saying. See, I'm on Streamlabs, so I can't. I'll have to go to my. Yeah, I can do it on my phone. That's cool. Oh, yeah, see, I don't know if I could trust you after that sloth movie. Dave asked me to watch this. What was it called? Slaughterhouse. Like those like those frat house like that they have in America. It was that, but it was like this cheesy film about like this killer sloth, and obviously it was one of those very cheesy ones. I've got to switch off now. Thanks for an interesting chat, G. All right, take care, Adam. Have a good one, dude. And cheers for staying on for so long. But yeah, this one that is being recommended for me to watch because it's meant to be a really bad film, but I'm guessing it's bad because it's like cheesy and just like really like just bad as in bad. Like, yeah, Llamageddon. Does he have lasers coming out of its eyes? Man, like, that reminds me of like Dr. Evil, like with friggin' lasers coming out of his eyes. I don't want to look at it too much because, some films that I'm really hyped for, I can't help but like even watch the trailer if I have to. I did that with the new Scream, partly because the trailer was just, like when you're watching YouTube and stuff, the trailer comes on, so it was a little bit hard to avoid. I could turn it off, but I ended up seeing the trailer. But like with some stuff, like when it comes to more the cheese, or when it comes to just those sort of films, I don't really want to like visually see too much. Even though now I've seen that it looks like he has laser beams coming out of his eyes. Yeah, some of those films are good just because they're so bad. You just like just that sloth one was just like the acting was really bad as well. Just it's like sometimes they just get, I guess, like attractive looking females, and I guess they hire them for that reason, but they have no acting ability at all. It's just like, what the hell? Like they have no emotion, or them being scared and being excited is very similar. There's almost no in between. It's like, are you happy or are you emotional? I don't even know. Yeah, sometimes you need that cheese just to remind you that on this planet you have that much cheese sometime, and it's not. I'm not talking about like a cheese board. Is Cody still around? I reckon the last the last thing he said was what to watch. Just don't know if I'm up for a subtitle film tonight. We'll see. Sometimes you kind of just want to like do whatever, like eat your snacks or whatever without. When I watch some subtitle stuff, it's like you read a bit. Sometimes they talk really slow, and you can kind of just follow it. It's like it's fine. And then depending on the language, sometimes like a couple of words, and then like in English, like all this stuff starts popping up, and then it just disappears really quickly. Like, what the hell are they on about? And I guess depending on the situation, most of the time you can kind of gather. Yeah, you, you killed Kenny. They have the South Park movie, and then they have Imagination Land, don't they? But yeah, I do like myself some South Park. So yeah, I mean, I do get in those moods where sometimes I'll just go through and like smash out. Sometimes I'll either start at the beginning and just go through like the seasons, or sometimes I'll just watch old stuff or new stuff. Ah, yeah, the COVID ones. Yeah, it was like well, technically, I believe it was like a season, but they'd done it in like two parts where it was just like, I don't know, like an hour long each or whatever it was. So yeah, it's kind of like movies, but I believe it is kind of like a part of the season as well. Like obviously they have obligations of doing the seasons, and I'm pretty sure they just made them two like feature length episodes or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. But yeah, the COVID ones were crazy, like really, really funny and extreme. And if you haven't seen them and you do like crazy, silly cartoons, and especially South Park, you have to go see them. How they spread COVID around was ridiculous, and no, everyone was trying to work out how it was spread. And you kind of have a little bit of a vague idea of what's going on, but you don't know the whole story. And then like when you find out the story, and then when everyone else finds out, just kind of like typical South Park. But I love how they put in like real events that are happening, or a lot of pop culture, or like they just seem to keep to what's happening and relevant at the time quite well, compared to some of the other cartoons or whatever that are around, the more adult cartoons. But yeah, I did. I do actually have one of each of the main characters of these. Unfortunately, don't have Butters. I quite like Butters. Even though he's not one of the original four boys, I reckon Butters is quite a funny character. But yeah, I have a Stan one, a Cartman one, and a Kyle one as well. They actually have stuff on the back as well. The Stan one has, well, they're all a little bit similar to this, but the Stan one has him and Randy on the back, his dad. And the Kyle, for some reason, didn't have no print on the back, and then Cartman has loads of him in different costumes. You know how he has like all those different outfits that he tends to wear more so than the other characters. Oh yeah, no worries, man. No worries at all. I wonder who that green pony was. Yeah, I have seen it, and it's quite different. Definitely enjoyed it, but yeah, I haven't seen it in quite some time. But yeah, I like how weird and different it was. Yeah, Timmy is excellent. Also, Jimmy. I did a bit of a joke earlier on because Mrs. Austin and her husband they're traveling, so their Wi-Fi or their internet was cutting out because I guess they're going into areas that don't have it. But yeah, when it was cutting out, I started pretending my voice was cutting out just to see if I could trip him out, and it sounded like Jimmy. You know how he like s- j- stutters and stuff when he tells his joke, and then by the time he says the joke, it's not even that funny. But like the lead up to it is amazing. Yeah, I've spoke about it before, probably on last stream. I reckon. Like I like voice acting and stuff as well, so I quite like like Trey Parker and Matt Stone do most of the characters in South Park. You know, like people like that, they're just very funny and obviously they're quite smart as well, even though they come across like idiots sometimes. I loved South Park. Do you know the old South Park when they had the intros and the intros were actually Trey and Matt, like the actual guys, and they done like the intro introducing the episode of South Park it was like them doing silly shit. Oh, they used to be really good and like they sometimes used to pretend they like, oh, hi kids, and sit down like their teachers and stuff. I remember there was one with like a Native American, like an Indian, and he just used to point to stuff. They're so random. It's kind of like I guess it's my kind of humour. It's probably where I get it from, really. Like growing up, watching stuff like South Park, probably watching it way too young. Because what is it like? It's probably for like around 15-year-olds. I reckon I was watching it probably when I was like 10. I don't know, when it first come out, basically. I do have an older brother who was a couple of years older than me, and he used to have all the VHSs as they were. So yeah, we used to watch it on TV, but then be able to watch it over and over and over again. Yeah, some good stuff. Some good stuff indeed. For the more wholesome stuff, I did used to watch the Muppet Show. That was good, but a very different kind of humour, where it's a little bit more family friendly, I guess. Yeah, maybe I might start wrapping it up soon. Normally, I don't like head off on the dot. It's funny, like when I was streaming by myself the other day, I tried to get up to the hour mark, and then I headed off just before though, so it just annoyed me. I'm like, there was about 50 seconds left, but I did like a bit of a said goodbye and stuff. I was trying to like drag it on a bit, but then I'm just like, oh god, as if like I just didn't go over the hour mark. Like it was a few hours, but leading up to the next hour, which was my plan, and then I still and I still stopped it before it ticked over. Yeah, it's like funny. I always come on these. I don't really know what's going to happen and how long I'll be, but somehow we always get going. We always get there. We get there in the end. All right, everyone. I might head off so I can prepare myself for whatever these shenanigans are going to happen later on. Yeah, none of that. None of that. I'm just being an idiot. All right, everyone. I'll love you and leave you, and I'll speak to you soon. I'll probably be most likely it'll be Friday, if not Saturday, next time I'm on live because I've got some actual content to make, filming, editing, all that good stuff. But yeah, if you can give me some finger help if you're still around, some some finger help I'd really appreciate it. And cheers to everyone in the chat. Really appreciate everyone in the chat and having a great old talk tonight. Definitely was really good, and we went, like always, we went through all sorts of different topics and subjects and all that stuff, which I love. But we did get onto horror and that sort of stuff for a while, which was really good. But yeah, take care, everyone. I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers. And then